Welcome to possibly one of the most beautiful beaches in Colombia, a place that I've literally heard about for years. And finally, this is the view that we're at. Welcome to the beach of Cabo San Juan. Today we're going to one of the most beautiful places I've heard of here in Colombia, a place that is named after an ancient civilization, but is probably one of the most beautiful national parks in this country. I'm excited. I've literally heard so many amazing things. I've seen videos and images of this place for years. So without further ado, we're currently in the town of Santa Marta. We need to go catch a bus. So let's go ahead, let's head to the market, and let's see if we can get a bus heading to the national park. Tayrona. Alright, we've got onto the bus. It is not the best looking bus. It's kind of like a refurbished school bus kind of thing. Better than a school bus, better than the buses I've had in Guatemala. Should be on our way pretty soon.
And just like that, we were off into the Colombian countryside until something happened.
Just got into a car accident. I think we hit another car. Looks like we actually knocked into a car. A pretty bad accident. We're gonna be chilling on the bus while they figure it out. At least seconds after filming that clip, the engine turned on and we're on our way again. I guess they figured it out in a matter of seconds, but I have no clue what just happened. We're back on our way to Tayrona. Okay, this is the messiest ticketing system I've ever experienced. So let me explain to you what's going on. So there are like 3 separate stations. I don't know why they couldn't consolidate it all into one. But there are 3 separate stations, and there's 2 stations for the tickets. One where you get the ticket, one where you pay for it, which to me doesn't make sense at all. But that's the way it is. So I just waited like 20 minutes in line for nothing, because that's the line to pay, and I didn't have a ticket yet. So just keep that in mind, get your ticket before you pay for it. They've separated it, I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. What I'm realizing is that getting here and doing all this and visiting the park is very, very expensive. Not only do you have to buy the ticket, which for foreigners costs about $20, on top of that, you also have to buy medical insurance. And medical insurance runs about, well, they've increased the prices about $1.50 per day. That's not too bad. But then if you want to stay overnight, you gotta pay for a tent or a cabin. And just for a tent alone, it's another 20 bucks. But welcome to the jungle of Tayrona. Officially now we are inside the national park. And let's go ahead and let's start hiking our way through this national park. So here it talks about Saldawi, Padre de las Plantas, which means Saldawi, the father of the plants and the creator of everything that is plants related and related to animals. Tayrona Park, this national park, is named after the ancient civilization called Tayrona. And for a lot of them, this was where they lived. They would literally live in the jungle. And basically this civilization used to have a lot of structures. They were very, very strong and powerful in this part of Colombia. Now, because this is still a very important site for them, we're expected to protect nature and protect the animals, which is completely fair and completely right to do. But it's just also important to remember that this is indigenous territory. This is the place where the Tayrona civilization lived, and there's actually indigenous communities that still live in this park today. Long before it became this touristy beach area, it was at one point the home of a big civilization that was living in this part of Colombia. And it's interesting to know that as you're walking around this area. We've spotted our first wild animals. We've got some monkeys playing around in the trees. Wow, they are going so incredibly fast. I have to say, I've done a lot of hiking, This is probably one of the best trails I've been on. Everything's really nicely paved. You've got these sort of wooden boardwalk planks that are really easy to navigate. There's no like 2-3 separate paths, it's just one straight path forward. And it's clean, it's nice, it's really a very easy trail to do. So even if you're not in the best shape, I mean, sure, there are some parts that are uphill, but aside from that, it's not too difficult. What's really gonna get you is the heat. It's hot and humid, as you can probably tell. If you listen closely, you can hear the ocean, which means we're getting close to the beaches. So let's go ahead, let's keep going. I'm sure we can do this. I'm sure we're not that far away from the actual beaches here in Tayrona. Welcome to the beach. You can literally see the sand, the water, and the rocks behind me. This is incredible. Not all beaches here at Tayrona allow you to swim. This one, for example, you can't swim at, and you can know that by the color flag that they put up. They put up a red flag. Red flag means that the waves are too big, the waves are too choppy, and you're not allowed to swim. The reason they have this policy is because historically there have been quite a few accidents here in Tayrona. People have drowned, people have died. You can see here they tell you actually these beaches are not for swimming because more than 100 people have drowned. That is how serious and how strong the waves are. So they're really not kidding when they say do not swim. Don't become part of the statistic. That's what it says. Have some fresh coconuts for 5,000 pesos. Nothing better than a fresh coconut right here on the coast. Let's drink some fresh coconut. So refreshing, so sweet. Literally one of the best things you can have right here on the beach. This is why I love the Caribbean, but this coconut is gonna get me through this hike. It feels like we have literally entered paradise. Palm trees that go on for on and on and on. Wow, this right here, this is paradise. This is literally the definition of paradise. Palm trees, coconuts, and the beach is just only a few minutes away. Well, we have finally made it to the beach that we are going to be spending the night. You can see all the tents behind me. This beach is known as Cabo San Juan, and it is one of the beaches that you can swim at. Actually, I'm looking at people right now swimming in there. It's fresh, it's great, but actually check-in unfortunately is at 2 and we've arrived about an hour early. We're gonna walk by Cabo San Juan, we're gonna go check out another beach, and then later in the day when we can check in, we'll come back to Cabo San Juan. Let's keep going. About 10 minutes from Cabo San Juan is an incredible beach right here. This beach is actually a nudist beach. I don't think anyone actually is in the nude here. Technically, you're not allowed to swim here because the waves are really big. And to be fair, if you look at the waves, they are fairly powerful big waves. However, with that said, people are still going in. I think we're just gonna go head back because the waves are really big here and I do enjoy the peace of Cabo San Juan a little bit more. Welcome to the beach of Cabo San Juan. This beach is incredible and it is past 2 now, so let's go ahead, let's check into the tent, let's do a little house tour, let's see what the accommodation is like here in Tayrona, right here on Cabo San Juan. This is our beautiful little tent and we have officially checked in. As you can tell, it is a very basic tent. That's where we're sleeping tonight. Got a bed, that's it. It's also a very small tent, but actually, I don't know if I'm gonna fit in there. What we're gonna do, we're gonna change to the GoPro and I'll see you guys inside the water. Oh wow. Oh, this water is so refreshing. The fact is actually, here at Cabo San Juan and actually in the park, it's not that hot. It's not as warm as Taganga or Santa Marta. And the reason for that is because a lot of the concrete in those cities really collect heat. Here, you're in a national park, you're literally nowhere near concrete. You're not having anything that absorbs and keeps the heat in. You can't really swim that far because there is a little buoy that says stop, and also because the waves are still quite choppy here. But at least you can get into the water, and as they say in Spanish, bañarse, which is more like, you know, soaking in the water rather than really professionally swimming. What makes Cabo San Juan really special is that it's got this island that juts out as this sort of peninsula. And on both sides of the peninsula is just crystal clear beaches. So the beach we were just at swimming, it's this beach right here, the beach right behind me. But there is actually another beach that is equally as beautiful. You've got the same clear blue water and the same white sand, which is why it's really incredible. Now, what's below here in this middle of the peninsula is a swamp. It's a mangrove. And one of the most chilling signs here that I think you can see is this one, which basically says, beware, alligators inhabit this area. That's right, you heard that right. Alligators literally inhabit the swamp here. We still haven't gone to the little island, so I was thinking that might be a great place to go and watch the sunset. So let's go ahead, let's climb up to the little viewpoint, and let's see how beautiful Tayrona Park is. Well, once you make it to the top, you realize it's actually a place with a bunch of hammocks. And these are hammocks that actually you can rent and stay if you come here. Unfortunately, when I got here, the hammocks were sold out. Just look at the color of the water down here. It is literally crystal blue. It is really incredible. But let's go ahead, let's watch the sunset. It looks like it's gonna be a good one. So I'm excited to show you guys how beautiful this place is. If you decide to actually stay here overnight, you get this. Beaches that are basically completely abandoned. There's like nobody here. If you stay here after 5 p.m., you get the beach by yourself. Now, is it a good idea to go swim right now? No. It's kind of cold. The sun has sort of set, but it is much quieter. It's much nicer, and it's definitely a completely different vibe. I don't know if you saw the view from there, but that was incredible. An incredible sunset, especially with the golden haze that's sort of at the back of the mountain. It was beautiful. It was stunning. There's just no other word to describe it. And of course, behind me, all the palm trees that I could ask for here in Tayrona. I had no clue that there was going to be a line for dinner. I mean, that's what happens when you're the only restaurant here on the beach. Probably have 5 stars on Yelp or 5 stars on Google Reviews because so many people have visited it. But let's go get some food. Muy bien, así es. Being on the coast, being at a beach, I knew we had to get some seafood. It's quite a system. You order, sit down, and then you have to remember your number, and then they bring it out to you. But it is like they yell it across the room. I got a garlic prawn, which sounds amazing when you think about it, especially considering we're right here on the coast. I'm gonna finish this up, we're gonna get head to bed, and tomorrow I'm gonna see you bright and early for the sunrise here in Tayrona. As you can see, my hair is a mess because I just woke up, but the sun is rising here. Let me go ahead and show you how beautiful Tayrona is in the early morning at like 5 in the morning. Let me tell you, that is an incredible sunrise. Literally clear skies, not a single cloud covering the sun, the water. It's just so blue. Now the plan for today is we're leaving Tayrona. So that means that we need to get our stuff packed, and we're gonna visit another beach before we leave the park, but it's not gonna be Cabo San Juan. So yesterday swimming in this beach, that was the last time we're swimming here. It's beautiful, as you can probably see, but for now, we need to start getting packed. So let's go ahead, let's head back to our tent and let's pick up our stuff and get ready to go. The park facilities here are actually much better than I expected. I literally thought we were going to be living on a barren beach, no shower, no fresh water, none of that, but they've got showers, they've got toilets, they've got a restaurant, so come prepared for that. Like literally bring soap, shampoo. It's much more developed than I expected. But with that, let's go ahead and let's head onwards through the park as we make it back to the entrance. You can see right up there, there's a bird. I think it's a condor, but it's just chilling right there. Wow, this place is like full of animals early in the morning. Welcome to our last and final beach here in Tayrona National Park. This beach is called La Piscina. La Piscina translates to the swimming pool, and I have to say, out of all the beaches here in Tayrona, this one is the tamest. It's very, very soft. You can just see how gentle the waves are, and that's because out there there's like a line of rocks that sort of protect the beach, so all the big waves crash onto the rocks. By the time the water gets to the beach, it's tiny, tiny little waves that just sort of lap against the surface of the beach. This place gets really, really busy. If you come here at like 12 or 1, like I did yesterday, it is packed with people. But right now, it is 7 in the morning. And let me tell you, there is not a single person on this beach. I literally have the beach all to myself. That's the benefit of waking up early and staying overnight at Cabo San Juan. You get access to beaches like this at 7 in the morning with nobody in them. And you can go in for a swim, you can just walk along the beach, and there isn't a single person here. You literally have the beach to yourself. I am sweating, it is hot. Let's go ahead and jump into the water. Ah, oh man. Oh wow, once you get in here, you realize how refreshing it actually is. Again, same thing with most of the beaches here in Tayrona. No swimming too far, simply because the waves get really big. And especially like over there at the rocks, it's very, very dangerous. It feels like I've landed on some abandoned island in the Caribbean, but this is not an abandoned island. This is the coast. This is the South American coast bordering the Caribbean. Out of all the beaches, this one is definitely the easiest to swim at. The waves are tiny. They're like just lapping right on the beach. So it is the easiest to get around. What a beautiful way to start off the day here in Colombia. All good things must come to an end, and we gotta head back out to the entrance. So let's go ahead, let's get on our way, and let's head back to the civilizations. Let's head back out of the national park. And just like that, that right there was the ticket booth. That is back to the entrance of Tayrona. I feel like there's some information that needs to be covered. First off, bring bug spray. It is full of bugs, it's full of animals, and it is a national park. Things here are a little bit more expensive than I expected. Tayrona is definitely more expensive of a place than Santa Marta. You're paying almost 20 bucks to enter. You're paying another 20 bucks for a tent. You're paying 10 bucks for food. Actually more than 10 bucks for food. You're paying quite a bit here. So like that, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, it adds up really quickly. After walking through the entire park, after exploring the beaches, that has got to be one of the most beautiful places to visit here in Colombia. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more food and travel videos. We've got a lot more videos coming from here in Colombia. Yes, Tayrona is one beautiful place, but there are other beautiful places here in Colombia. So make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.